Back, a $233,000 first place prize will be awarded tonight.
Blinds moving up, Mr. Hansen. They are now 45 and 90,000 as we are four-handed heading towards our Season 3 champion.
And Leon's got pocket sixes on the button. He is the short stack, and he makes it 200,000.
I really don't understand this play by Leon here. You're the short stack. You got a wired pair in a short-handed game. Just get him in.
All in.
Well, now Jason's going to get them all in with ace-8 offsuit.
Fold.
Oh, you can see the steam still coming off a boomer there.
I call.
And Leon obviously will call with his pocket sixes, but Jason does have two overcards going to this flop turn and river.
Ace out there. Ace out.
Leon came to this final table of 6 as our chip leader, and right now his tournament life is hanging on pocket sixes. Here comes the all-important flop. It is Queen 3-4.
Leon survives the flop. Jason will be looking for an ace or an 8.
And the turn pairs the board. It's another 4.
Well, that gives Jason some outs. Now a queen or a 3 to double pair the board would give him 2 pair with the ace kicker. Any spade but the 6 of spades would give him a flush. He's got about 14 outs right now.
And the river is a deuce, and Leon survives all those outs to double up.
Nice hand, Leon.
Thank you.
Well, Leon now at about $1 million in chips after that double up. He is right back in the thick of it.
And Leon's wife says, okay, I guess I won't start the car. I was ready, but no, I won't.
And for Jason Glass, the chip leader, it's just a flesh wound.
Well, Fred, new life for Leon at the final table. He is retired. $250,000, Fred, would be a nice little addition to the retirement package.
Oh, it'd make a nice little Saturday at the RV park.
Well, now Leon's got pocket sevens. Now he's just getting all the cards.
He's turning into a card rack right now. Let's see what he does.
If I got this right, he had queens and then sixes and now sevens. And it looks like he's raising it.
Not raising it much, it looks like.
200.
And he's going to make it 200,000. Action quickly folded around to Chris Brand with pocket queens.
All in.
And he is now going to move all in.
Wow, let's see if Leon can get away from this.
He just doubled up to keep his head above water. Now do you want to give it all away with pocket sevens?
Can the sailor pull up anchor and get away from this hand?
I call.
Leon makes the call.
Got a pair?
Yep.
You're ahead, Dan.
So Chris is way ahead in this hand, Fred. Leon needs a 7 to come from behind here.
And Leon had Chris slightly covered, so this would be a big double up for Chris. Guy has spent most of this match short stack. Here is an opportunity to double up and climb the chip ladder.
Here we go. The flop is 5, queen, ace. Chris sets up, and now Leon needs running sevens.
It is thin for Leon right now.
The turn is a 9, and Leon's going to be drawing dead, and Chris has doubled up, and these two have flip-flopped in the chip order. Leon now drops down to third. Chris inches closer to our chip leader, Jason. And Fred, for Leon, they call him the sailor because he says he likes to ride the waves of No Limit Texas Hold'em. Well, right now, Fred, he's back down again.
He is, and Jason's still enjoying the chip lead, but the real story here is Chris wants the short stack, now just 700,000 behind our chip leader.
Blinds are up 60 and 120,000. Pressure is going to be on Boomer, our short stack, and Rich's first act, and he's got the Cowboys pocket kings.
Boy, when you need the cards and they come, it's going to be a good day.
Problem is, you got to get paid with those big pairs. And he is going to limp in under the gun.
He's going to try to get tricky with these Cowboys. A lot of people like this play here, hoping for an aggressive raiser.
Old Chris folds over to Leon, queen 10 of diamonds in the small blind. That could be a hand that he might raise out of the small blind with.
Well, the limp certainly doesn't raise any red flags right now.
Call.
But he's just going to call and see a cheap flop.
And Jason, our chip leader, has Jack deuce of hearts. He will check. And Fred, Rich has the pocket kings. He's ahead. But we can see that both Leon and Jason have diamonds and hearts. This could get ugly fast for Rich. The flop is Jack 10 tray rainbow.
And the flop hits Jason. He pairs his jack. Also hits Leon, giving him a pair of tens. Rich way ahead with the overpair and kings. This is the perfect storm for Boomer right now.
Leon bets 200,000.
And look at Boomer here. I mean, he's just chomping at the bits.
And you can see Jason is checking out Boomer in his body language. You saw Boomer raising his eyebrows to his friends in the crowd. I hope he didn't just give away his monster hand.
All in.
Jason folds. Rich now moves all in very quickly after Jason's fold.
Jason's cards weren't even totally in the muck when Boomer announced his all in. Unfortunately for Leon, he cannot mathematically fold right now.
Call.
And Leon does make the call.
And Leon is going to discover that he is behind, but he's got some louts.
Come on, Boomer. Come on, Boomer.
Here comes the turn. The turn is a queen. Oh, two pair now for Leon.
Well, now Boomer is the one looking for a river, Chris. He is going to need an ace, a nine, or a king to re-steal this pot from Leon.
How does he make that call? Boomer. Come on, Boomer.
Leon's wife watching, waiting for the river. It is a 5, and Boomer has been eliminated.
How do you make that call? Nice game.
Unfortunate for Boomer. He tried to limp in and get tricky with the kings. He really didn't have enough chips to make that play, especially when Leon let out. Mathematically, Leon had to make the call.
Thank you.
Fourth place today for Rich McMahon. They call him Boomer because of how much he looks like former NFL quarterback Boomer Esiason. I agree. He really does. And he leaves us today in fourth place with a lot of money.
A lot of money, a little over $56,000. He had his kings cracked, but 56 grand, a pretty nice Band-Aid. He's standing by with Danielle Gomez.
Rich, were you a little surprised to see Leon make that call?
I was, you know, I hit him. I knew I had him dominated. I knew he probably had a piece of it. And if he had the queen, I could understand it. But he had the 10, and so basically the chase was on, and I just was unfortunate. And you know, that's poker. That's the way it goes. But I'm grateful to the Majestic Star and the Heartland Poker Tour, and I'm just glad I'm here. So I tried. I did my best.
Well, Fred, we are halfway home to crowning a champion. We started with 6. We're now down to 3. And, Fred, I know you and I both would love to be one of these final 3 players at our final table.
And here is the latest chip count. Jason still enjoying the chip lead, but boy, Leon and Chris battling it out. It's anybody's match.
Fred, third place tonight pays $74,000 in cash. Second place, $116,000. And tonight's champion walks away with $233K in cash.
And our once short stack, now second in chips, wakes up with ace-10 on the button.
Call.
And he's just going to limp.
Over to Leon with 8-10 of hearts in the small blind.
Call.
We'll see a flop. He calls.
All in.
And now Jason all in with 6s.
And that is a great short-handed play by Jason right now. The only hand that can call him is a premium hand.
I call.
And Chris will make the call with the ace-10 offsuit.
This is not one of those premium hands I was talking about here, Chris.
You got a pair? No.
Leon is going to get out of the way, and bad news is for Chris, he does have 2 overcards. However, Leon also did have a 10, so that eliminates one of the outs Chris is going to need to stay alive.
Well, Jason got what he wanted here. He figured he would be racing or dominating, one of the two. He's going into this flop ahead. Chris with 2 live cards.
Good luck. What a sick flip this is. It's for whoever's playing him heads up, right? Either way, man.
That's right. Got to go for it.
Fred, here comes the flop with 2 players' lives about to be changed with this flop. Here it is. Flop is King 8 Ace. And Chris has come from behind. He pairs his ace.
Jason against the ropes. He'll be looking for running spades or one of the 2 remaining 6s left in the deck.
It's a 5 of clubs, and so now Jason is down to those 2 6s. Otherwise, he will find himself the short stack, and Chris will be our new chip leader. The river's a 4, and Chris has come from behind him. Fred, the man who spent a lot of time as our short stack, now finds himself as the big stack.
That's the beauty of no limit tournament, Texas Hold'em, Chris Hansen. Anything can happen. What a swing for our one-time short stack, Chris Brand.
And Fred, those are the remaining chips, all 95,000 of them, of our former chip leader, Jason Glass. How quickly things can turn when you're playing this lovely game that we like to call poker.